So today we're going to be talking about real estate investing. Let me see. Just trying to see if anybody's out there. Let's see here. Hold on one second. Great. My computer doesn't want to work. Alrighty. Anyway, my name is Eric. I'm here in the Texas market. I just like to talk about and teach people about real estate investing. Um, in this day and age right now, and the way this market is with uncertainty, what little money that we have, we should be getting to a point to where we start to have it grow exponentially. And that's what I like to do is I like to teach people about real estate investing and start making money passively through real estate. Is it something that's achievable? Yes. Uh, when I started out in 2000, I didn't know any of this, right? But now I'm able to teach people how to go about there and make money passively through real estate, especially when you go out and buy a single family house and you start to rent it out and you start to have passive income because you have tenants starting to pay you. I tell you what, it could change your whole life. I know it's changed mine. I had lost my job in 2000. I had no control over anything. Just gotten married, bought a brand new house, had my second child on the way. That's when I realized corporate America is just not for me. Not meaning that I didn't care for it, they didn't care for me. And that's when I started to realize it. And that's when I started to realize, okay, let me regroup and start to figure out another way to make this happen. And ever since then, I've been able to get passive income through real estate. So if you have any questions, if anybody's out there, uh, put them in the chats. I would love to answer them. But I'm just trying to show people that, there's another way out there. I tried the way of trying to work a second job that doesn't work. You're just working your fingers to the bone, right? You're just paying more in taxes and staying away from your family even more and the ones that you care about. But once I started to realize to get into single family investment properties, it really changed everything and it can for you too, right? So I just, again, like to teach people to go out there and get passive investments through real estate because it can be done. And you don't have to use a lot of your own money and you don't have to have a skill set like learning how to do carpenter work, how to do this. I hire people to do this, right? And again, it just takes one investment property at a time. And hopefully, who's ever out there listens because it could really be a game changer. Um, there's a lot of people struggling out there, right? We all got a lot of people got corporate America jobs, but we're just living paycheck to paycheck. Wouldn't you like to be in a position to where you don't have too much month at the end of your money? Wouldn't you like to be at a point to where if your job laid you off, that you had a backup plan? Well, I tell you what, real estate can truly do it. And I tell you from a testimony that it happened to me. And I had all odds against me when they laid me off because I had a lot of bills. The bills don't stop. So I can show people just to give an example of how to go about doing this. And you're not using your money, you can leverage by using other people's money. And that's the key. If it's something that you're interested in, put it in the chats, or better yet, if you want to learn more and you need to know how to get started in real estate, I do have a link up there by the title of this YouTube, and because I'm on YouTube and Facebook, you can click the link. I do have an ebook out there to help you out and give you guidance. Let me show you just one of my properties just to give you an example if you'd like to see. And this is not to impress you. This is to impress upon you that you can do the exact same thing. I want to make that clear. I never try to come on here and brag or anything like that, but I am trying to show you that you can do the exact same thing that I'm doing and you're not living paycheck to paycheck. Let me give you an example. So first of all, how are you going to find these houses? You find these houses because you're dealing with realtors. Find you a good realtor in your area. It's easier nowadays than more than ever because you can Google it. You can also find a wholesaler. Find a wholesaler to get on your team. Also, there's a website that I use, and it's in my ebook. And this ebook is very potent. It's very powerful, and it can help you get started. It gives you guidance and steps on how to go about doing it. Now, let me show you one of my properties. Let me flip my screen around just so I can give you an example of one of my properties that I could show you how I did it, right? I bought this one in 2002, excuse me, just 2 years ago. Sorry, I bought this one 2 years ago and I still have it, but I want you to see something. The name of the game when it comes to real estate, you're buying these properties below market value. For example, this house was worth, I bought it for 120, but it was worth 240. Now, I want to explain something to you also that the key is also you want to make sure that you're buying properties, again, like I stated before, below market value. I like to buy properties that need a lot of rehab. No, I don't know how to work on it, but if I can get it below what it's worth, I'm in a winning position. All right, let me go through here real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I bought this house below market value. I bought it for 120, but it was worth 240. All right. And then when I bought it, it's the type of loan that I use to go out there and leverage. As you can tell, watch, it needs a lot of work. This was my second day on the property. And I looked at it and I says, okay, this needs a lot of work. The owner wanted to get out of the business because he had other personal things he had to take care of. So he needed to get out of this house quick. That's what made this such a good deal. Needed rehab because there was a tenant in here. I don't know how they were living in here, but that's another story in itself. But you could see that he couldn't sell it for retail price. So he had to drop the price to move this property quick because he had to leave to go to another location. If you look and see, look how much work this needed to get done. Again, I'm not using my own money. I'm not spending my own time. I'm leveraging other people's time and money. Look, this house needs carpet. This house has good bones. It just needs a lot of cosmetic work. Carpet, flooring, the walls need to get repainted. Fixtures need to get updated. It just needed a good facelift, right? Look at this house. And I was able to rent this out. I still got it rented out today with a nice family that's paying me income every single month. This is where the cash flow comes in. Now, I'll show you the after pictures in just a second. All right, I'm about to show you the after pictures. And by the way, guys, if you like this, please subscribe. And that way I can give you more information. You can start following me and I give you more good content about real estate investing. I'm not planning on being on here long. I just came to get on here real quick. I'm usually on TikTok, but let me show you the after pictures, right? And I'll show you how I did this and how you can do the exact same thing that I'm doing, right? I don't want you to think this is far-fetched. It's new to you, but you can do it. All right, let me flip my screen over once again to show you what I'm talking about. Here's the after pictures. All right, and I keep my properties clean and functional. Wells Fargo or Bank of America is not going to touch these houses that need work. So you got to use a special type of investor type of loan. All right, and I make sure I get everything up front fixed from my contractor. I stay within budget, right? And I'm not even using my own money. Sometimes you can use very little bit of your own money, right? But look how I do this house. And now I've got a cash flowing every single month. I got a tenant put in here. And then now I have people paying me monthly rent and I get cash flow every single month. This is what gets you to be living beyond paycheck to paycheck. When you can start a business or do investments like this, this is the difference right here. Can you put it in the chat or a thumbs up if you like this information, guys? That way it lets me know this is interesting to you if you like it. But this is what I'm showing you. You can do the exact same thing. I didn't know how to do this when I first started out, right? I didn't have a clue on how to do this. But I learned step by step, and it took me time, but eventually I ended up getting a mentor, somebody that could help me out. And that's what I'm showing you, that you can do the exact same thing that I'm doing, just like I'm doing, right? This is what gets you to living beyond paycheck to paycheck. I get tenants that pay me. Now just imagine if I'm getting $500 a month off of one house, $500, just to give an example. If you did it one time, it's all about rinse and repeat. Now you can do it again and again and again. And that's how you do it. If you have $500 off of one house and you had 10 houses, that's $5,000 a month. I don't think that's too bad. That's not too shabby, right? So just trying to show you that there's another way to go out there, guys, because it's tough out here and we're in a recession and it's tough. Now, you have to think in a business mindset. I don't look at it. I used to look at it in a bad way, but what I'm trying to explain to people is things are at a discount right now. Investments are at a discount depending on which one you choose, right? That house, I bought it below market value, ended up and bring it up to market value. So I bought it for 120. I turned around, brought it up. It was worth 240, right? That's a good spread between there. And plus I'm getting cash flow every single month. You start getting into real estate, you can start getting passive income every single month and start building generational wealth. That's why I love real estate so much. I like talking about it. I like teaching people about it because it does work. I wouldn't be able to sit up here on TikTok, Facebook, and Live, and YouTube and all this had it not worked. So Again, if you want more guidance and you want more information about real estate investing, again, even just to start on the beginners level, that's why I created the ebook. It's in my up at the title. You can look at it right there. You can purchase that. It's $27.99. It's well worth it. I've got great reviews on it, or at least people talking about it at least, and it's good. Got a lot of resources in there to help you out. I just know I got tired of living paycheck to paycheck, so I know the feeling of not having any money and struggling. But once I started to learn the game of real estate investing, it just took my mindset to another level. And just to help people out too, I want to tell you and recommend you some books that you can read. These are the same books that I read to help me get into real estate, all right? And it helped me change my mindset about investing. So let me give you a few books. One book is Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Very good book. Um, has some very good principles about the mindset of, as far as real estate investing also, or business in general. Another good book to read that I've read, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. All these books I'm telling you are getting your mindset right with real estate investing, or I'm sorry, getting your mindset right with money. All right. Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Good book. Another good book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That book has been around for the longest time. Um, the Richest Man in Babylon. Powerful book. Has got biblical principles in there. Enough said about that. Biblical principles, you know that's going to be good. And then another book I recommend is The Millionaire Next Door. Very good book. Tom Stanley, unfortunately, he passed away in a car accident. He had a couple books out, but that's one of my favorite books. And all these books, again, they help you get your mindset right with money, guys, because when it comes to real estate investing, you do have to have your mindset right. And this is on any business that you start. So I'm just trying to show you that there is a way out. I've been in that position where I was living paycheck to paycheck. I got laid off from my job. So I have a story to tell, but I even have more of a story to show you how you can stop living or live beyond paycheck to paycheck and not being in that position, because there is a way out. And I was able to do it. I just showed you one of my properties just to give an example. But once you learn a skill set and can present it to the marketplace, it can take you to that next level. Learn a skill set, for example, real estate investing, find a, and it's presenting a problem in the marketplace, you can get something in return. And that's how that works. So just telling you that real estate investing does work. You can profit from it if you do it right. If you do it like the way I show it to you, you can do very well off of it. But it's really up to you. All right. You do have to put the effort into it. I want to make sure that people understand too. It's not real estate is not a get rich quick scheme. It's just not. You have to understand that you can be able to do this. I would suggest you get with somebody and learn from them. Learn the skill set, but it can be done, right? Hold on one second. I want to put something on here. Put a little title on here. I'm on the Facebook as well. So just give me a second. 1 second. But you know, it can be, you can do this. Some people are going to listen, some people won't, but I enjoy real estate investing. I love teaching people about real estate investing. Does it work? Yes. But it's really up to you and the efforts that you put into it, right? So real estate does work. I've been doing it since 2000, like I said, but it's up to you. You know, I'm not going to say, because it's by no stretch of the word a get rich quick scheme. It does take time. It does take learning, but you can do it. Let me fix my screen here 1 second. I'm just trying to get everything straightened out 1 second. But I love doing real estate investing. I love teaching people about real estate investing. Hold on, I'm streaming on both lines, on YouTube and on streaming on YouTube and on Facebook. So sorry, I'm just trying to get everywhere where I can. But yeah. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chats for me, please. If you have any questions about real estate investing, I like talking about it, like I said, and teaching people about real estate investing, because in this day and age, you can't just save, and even just working a corporate America job is not going to cut it. you do have to have multiple streams of income. And when you can have investment properties in your back pocket, that does help out, right? So you can get something in return. I've been doing real estate investing again since 2000. I enjoy doing it, and you can make money, right? You can make money, but the key is you need to solve problems first. When you're solving people's problems, you'll get something in return. That's the name of the game. All right. If you have any questions, like I said, put them in the chats. I'd be more than welcome to answer any questions that you have on real estate investing to teach you and get you a better understanding. But once I learned that I'm solving people's problems, because that's what real estate investors do, really. We're solving people's problems. And for example, when I'm dealing with people that are selling their properties, I like to deal with motivated sellers or distressed properties, right? Motivated sellers are people that are, for example, one lady was going through a divorce. That's how I was able to find the property, because a realtor brought that to me. I was able to get it at a discounted price. That's how I was able to do it. I'm solving people's problems. And when people understand that, you start to understand there's a need in the marketplace for people like us as real estate investors. And all I'm trying to do is get it off their hands because they don't want it, and I get it at a discounted price. So it's a win-win for both. They're trying to sell it, and I'm trying to buy it at a discounted price, and they're trying to get rid of it. And it works hand in hand. Again, I've been doing it since 2000, and I enjoy doing it, but also I like teaching people how to go out there and get investment properties. And what's good about real estate investing, one of the number one things I used to worry about when I bought my first real estate investment property, I was like, man, am I going to be able to rent this thing out? That was my biggest concern. I don't want to have, a vacant property. But nowadays, there's different tenant bases you can go through. For example, 80% of my tenant base is low-income housing or Section 8. And why do I choose that? Because I get guaranteed income every single month. I get a check in my account every single month. And that's not to brag. I'm just telling you the way the system works. You start working with Section 8, you'll get a check every single month. What's another way you can go? You can do Airbnbs. There's different type of ways that you can go out there and rent your properties out, right? What's another way? I do traveling nurses, right? Nurses that are on contracts, they go from city to city. They just need a place to lay their head. And it's a 3 to 4 month term. What's another way? Insurance companies. So these things are really important when you start dealing with real estate investing and you start getting into these deals. I like the buy and hold strategy. That's just what I love to do, and I enjoy it, the buy and hold strategy. What's a bridge loan? A bridge loan is just basically, it's almost just like the same thing as a hard money loan, I guess you could say. I never used a bridge loan. I'm more like a hard money loan. But to teach the strategy that I teach, I always tell people use hard money loan or private lending. That's what I recommend when you start doing these deals. I've never used what you call a bridge loan. I guess you can use it, but I'm not too familiar with it. I've never used that. But it's something that you can do, I guess. But I'm more like, I say use a hard money loan or use a private lender. And all it is a short-term loan between buying a home and selling your previous one. That's what it states here. I was just trying to Google it. Sometimes you want to buy before you sell, meaning you don't have the profit from the sale to apply to your new home. From what the strategy that I'm teaching, it's more like hard money loan or private lending, not bridge loan. But bridge loan is just to bridge the gap between, again, you buying a home and selling your previous one. It just buys you more time when you use a bridge loan, I guess. It keeps you more, it just buys you more time. But to do the strategy that I'm teaching, you do need a hard money lender or a private lender. That's the key. I wouldn't use a bridge loan to do the burst strategy like I teach. All right. Sean Miller, hopefully I answered your question. I've seen you before. How you doing? So when it comes to real estate investing, guys, I'm just trying to show you how to go out there and get passive income and build generational wealth. Does it work? Yes, it does work. I know one of the concerns that another viewer had was, hey, look, interest rates are high. Well, first of all, they are coming down. They are working their way down. But also, in addition to that, I've got loans to where I've got 6.5% interest rate. I've got one that's actually a 7. I actually showed it on my live. The good thing about it is when I did this, uh, as I was doing this, this was 4 years ago when I had high interest rate. It's the type of tenant that I put in there, and the spread that I get that gives me a point to where I'm cash flowing very well. That's very important. Again, that's when I use Airbnb. I do traveling nurses, insurance companies. These things are important. Doing this type of strategy prevents me from living paycheck to paycheck. And that's why I love real estate investing. Plus, with real estate investing, people fail to realize or don't even understand I get tax write offs. As a real estate investor, I get tax write offs. So when you get tax write offs, that means you're saving more money. You're not giving it out to the government so much. It's all legal. And you get to keep more in your pocket, which means you get to have more to save to invest in other deals, right? And that's what I teach my students. Also, what I like about real estate investing when it comes to that, write off. Think about it. If you have a W-2 job and you're a high income earner, you want to get into real estate because it lowers your tax bracket. When you can lower your tax bracket by getting into stuff like real estate and writing things off, that's powerful. I'll give you an example. Anytime one of my tenants call me and I have to get something fixed on the house, the material, the work, and everything that contractor goes to work on that property, guess what? I get to write some of that off. That's a powerful thing, right? Anything in my office right here, I get to write this stuff off because it's associated with my business. This chair I'm sitting in, I got to write that off. My desk, my hutch, right? My computer that I'm on. All these things, especially my everyday use, think about it. Why not utilize real estate investing and use it as an investment tool, but also write things off that we normally use anyway? Why not get a discount on it? My cell phone. We all have a cell phone or some type of technology, right? You can write that off, right? You can write off the actual equipment, but in addition to that, the service that's for the equipment. I used to have Verizon. Now I got Xfinity, I think it is. I get to write that off every single month, right? You get to write all that off, the subscription, the phone, the laptop, the computer, anything that's towards your business. To me, it's like a no-brainer. It's just that people don't understand it, or they'll come through and they just swipe through and they don't take the time out to listen. So that's just our society that we're in. But real estate is extremely powerful. In my opinion, better than crypto. You can't write crypto off. You can't write stocks off. You can't write mutual funds off. It doesn't work like that. But you can write off real estate. All right. So I don't know if you have any other questions. I said I won't be on here long. I've been on here for about 25 minutes now. Just trying to give some free game on real estate investing. Right. I'll be back on probably later on this evening. I usually get on TikTok. I'll be back on TikTok probably tomorrow around this time. But I'll be on later on this evening on this YouTube and on this platform too. So I'm actually streaming on YouTube and I'm actually streaming on Facebook as well. So I like teaching people about real estate investing, like I said, teaching you how to prevent living paycheck to paycheck, start having passive income, having a backup plan. What happens if your corporate America job says, you know what, we're going to lay you off like they did me back in 2000? Do you have a backup plan? You got to ask yourself these questions. Do you have something in place to where you have income coming in? Because I promise you, at the end of the day, the bills are not going to stop coming, right? Your house note is not going to stop coming in. That's coming in every month. Your apartment note for rent is coming in every single month. Car insurance, car note, food, utilities, all your expenses, they're going to keep coming. Do you have something as a backup plan if your number one option or your number one goal is real estate corporate America job? If your number one income, right, says, you know what, we're done with you, do you have a backup plan? You got to ask yourself these questions. I didn't realize that in 1999, but now I realize it. You always got to have some income coming in, and it doesn't really affect you until it happens to you. Then you start to rethink your stuff. Again, right now people are just strolling through, kind of like on TikTok. They just scroll through. They want to see entertainment and stuff. I give education. If anybody's been to my lives, they know I'm educating people. But, it's up to you what you want to do. I'm just trying to show people that there is another way out, right? There is another way out. Any other questions before I leave? Because I'm not going to stay here long. I got about maybe another minute left. Again, I'll be on TikTok tomorrow. I'll be on Facebook and YouTube. But just trying to teach people how to go out there and make money passively through real estate as well as building generational wealth. And even taking a step forward and saying, hey, look, you can leave a legacy behind, when you start doing real estate. But you got to ask yourself these questions. I showed a thing the other day where Twitter, Elon Musk had laid off 7,500 employees, or maybe it had been 75,000. I don't know. It was a lot of employees. How many of them you think they had some type of passive income coming in? I can tell you very few people. Now, unfortunately, those same people are going to lose their house, lose their car. It's a domino effect, and they end up losing their marriage because of so much stress. Something to think about. Most people don't until it happens. By that time, it's usually too late because you have no income coming in to go get a loan. But you can do all this stuff now while you have income coming in. But most people won't. That's the sad part about it, right? I was one of those people. All right, guys. I'll be on later on this evening, probably about 8 p.m. Central Time, Central Standard Time. That's when I'm coming back on, 8 p.m. usually, maybe a little bit later. And again, like I said, I'm normally not on this platform. I'm normally on TikTok. I'm just trying to get used to this YouTube and Facebook. Usually I have more people, but that's okay. Just as long as I'm sharing with somebody and somebody's listening. All right.